Hey everybody, it's Charlie from DM Sound, and today we've got the sound system demo on the 2023 Ford F-250 and its 8-speaker B&O audio system. This is going to be an in-depth review. We're going to take a look at how the infotainment system works, take a look at audio inputs, adjustments, and controls, and speaker locations. Then we're going to head out on the highway and listen to these sample tracks while we're rolling, and I'll give you my thoughts at the end. Now, if you don't care about any of that stuff at the beginning and you just want to hear the music, click ahead in the video. We've got chapters to get you right to the tunes. And if you want to hear even more on the system, sign up to become a Daily Motor member. I recorded a members-only sound test last night with member-requested tracks, and we evaluated the system a little bit, had a good time. So if you want to do that and support the channel, check the link below. But before we get started, let's hop out and take a look at it. The all-new generation of the Ford Heavy-Duty, Ford Super Duty. Coming here in a fairly modest spec XLT model with that 8-speaker B&O sound system. Obviously, you can get the 18-speaker B&O Unleashed, which we've heard in older Ford trucks and sounds pretty darn good for a factory system. But this one, definitely a lower trim. But if you do want to see more on the truck in general, check the link below. We've got a fuel economy test. We're not going to do an infotainment because it's very similar to the last one we tested on an F-150. But we've got a full review, and all that will be linked below. Now, we always do these tests with lossless, uncompressed WAV files on a USB stick plugged directly into the system, and high-quality Roland binaural microphones in both of my ears, giving you the most realistic audio demo on YouTube. We also do this test with the sound settings set to their factory default, so let's take a look at those now. Got the Sync 4 infotainment system coming up here. Hopefully you can see it okay in the sunshine. We got the dark theme going. We're going to go right down here to sound. First thing, we've got tone settings, treble, mid-range, and bass. Let's go through those. Good range of adjustability there. Below that, we've got adjustments for front, rear, left, right, fader, and balance. You can move this around the cabin, adjust your sound. Speed compensated volume, that's going to lift up the elements of the music as you get going faster. We're going to turn that off for the test. And then sound mode, we've got stereo and surround. Surround's going to make it sound a little bit more around you. Do this testing in stereo mode, as that's going to be the most true to recording. And that's it for audio adjustments. For audio controls here in the new Super Duty, we've got a good volume knob here. It's easy to grab and turn with gloves or anything like that. Nice grippy material and good clickage. We also got volume clickers on the left side of the wheel. For track selection, you got physical controls here still like that. You can use the touch screen, you can use this rotary knob, or the buttons on the right side of the steering wheel. Now, I would prefer that the volume and track adjustments were on the same side of the wheel, but it's better than not having physical controls. For audio inputs in the new Super Duty, you've got AM, FM, Sirius XM satellite radio, support for HD radio, right? Yes, I want to make sure. You've got USB-A and USB-C ports up here, Bluetooth, and support for wired and wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So what does that mean you're missing? Well, no 3.5mm auxiliary input jack, and I'm not seeing any sort of streaming services built in, but still a good amount of ways to get your music into the truck. Speaker locations. As I said, this is a 8-speaker system. Starting in the bottom left, you've got a door, mid-woofer there, 1, tweeter 2, mid-ranger up there, 3, 4, 5 over on the other side. Coming into the back, you've got 6, 7 mid-range kind of woofers there, and then 8 subwoofer behind the rear seats. The difference between the older 10-speaker system is the 10-speaker would have given you 2 tweeters in the back as well. So you're really not going to miss those too much unless you've got passengers riding back there. No sort of 5.1 support for this truck, I can tell you that. So let's get out on the road. volume. This track, number 5, is such a good test track because the first 2 tracks are kind of a little bit more simple and straightforward. You're like, okay, it's got a decent amount of bass kick and it sounds alright. But then when you turn up this song, which is more complex, you hear how much the system falls on its face trying to replicate all the different musical aspects in this song at a loud volume. So as soon as that bass drum kind of kick comes in there, you're like, okay, that's not doing too hot. But for this next track, we will turn the bass all the way up and just see what happens. Not really that dramatic of a difference. Little bit of seat shakage, mirror shakage. But again, nothing outstanding. wrapping up my thoughts on the 8-speaker B&O system here in the F-250 Super Duty. It's very clear that Ford wanted there to be at least a minor step up over a basic sound system in this truck. So they threw in a center speaker and a subwoofer and called it a day. And I can't really fault them for that. This is an XLT, which means it's the second lowest from the bottom of many trims that you can go higher. And I've heard B&O Unleashed systems in, mind you, older F-150s, and they sounded really good. So I can't fault them for the system, but if you're somebody who cares about audio quality, you're going to be disappointed. I've listened to loud music in this car a lot, and the more complex stuff falls on its face. The amplifier is not very strong. Once you get that subwoofer kicking, there's really not much else the other speakers can do. For basic audio listening, yeah, it sounds better than it would without the subwoofer. That at least helps, but it's coming in at a solid C. I don't fault the tuning too much. Even at flat EQ, I think we have a nice balance between the tweeters, the mid-ranger, the door woofers there, the mid-woofers, and the subwoofer comes in nicely in the back. But yeah, it's just not going to give you listening enjoyment for your more complex music. So thank you all so much for watching. If you do want to see more on the F-250, check the link below, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from DM Sound, and as always, drive on.